Is my sound
Hello, hello.
Kim?
I can see it says live right there.
Say that again, Scooter Mom.
Can you? Is my sound okay?
It's
You were
cutting out a
intermittent
little
for a
bit.
second. That
Is my
I'll-
sound okay?
Now it is.
There we go.
You were going in and out there for a second. When
Okay.
I first live. So I think it's just us right now. It only shows two. So it's just us, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
What's Annabelle doing?
Okay.
We're about to have movie night. We just went on a big grocery run.
Hi, Bridge.
Hi, Bridge. This is my grandson, Tommy. He's popping on here for a minute. I think Annabelle on here, or she just not doing it? Because she didn't. I am here. Yeah, you're. I do get a couple. You're right, Bridge.
She's just in the living room.
Oh, is she on the phone or just not on here at all?
Hold
Hey,
on.
Sin.
Hey, hell no.
She's not on here at all.
So the good news I had in the title, if you saw the thumbnail, it has something to do with that. No, it didn't get anything new. We
Hold on just a second.
What do you need, hon?
Your voices are repeating.
Okay. Do you have any headphones?
Yeah, I got headphones. Hold on.
Put on headphones. Oh, and hey, Tommy, turn off your YouTube. Or turn your YouTube volume down once you put the headphones on. Sometimes if you have them both. No, have the red truck. So if you haven't been around very much, oh hell no. On October 1st, we dropped off our Dodge Nitro to be fixed. We have only had one vehicle since then. And this one part, because they don't make nitros anymore, and my husband's engine size is weird. It took us, he bought 3 different ones, and none of them fit. Well, he finally found the right one, because the one they wanted to sell us was $600 for the part. And my husband found it for $300. And we got our second vehicle back, which means I don't have a time limit when I'm out protesting.
Yay.
So I don't have to freak out and like, oh my God, I have to leave. So
well, your body will be your new timekeeper.
yeah, that's true. You're right. But I mean, if I have to go kind of a little bit late sometimes, because weeknights they're open. Oh, I hope so. I hope so, Sin. I really do.
Okay, I am trying to figure out if it's my connection. I'm trying to figure out if it's my connection or yours, because it keeps stuttering on me, and I don't know if it's my end or your end.
All right, people in the chat, are we all doing that? That'll tell us if who's it. Is it better now?
Yeah.
If you're still hearing an echo, you need to turn off your YouTube. Because you have YouTube playing while you're talking on YouTube and it creates an echo.
You haven't noticed any at all, Sin?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't either. Right there at the very beginning.
Everything's good, Bridge? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to plug my headphones real quick.
What are you doing, hon?
I'm plugging my headphones.
Okay. Yeah, I found it's better to have headphones on if you're listening to other people talk.
Yeah.
I didn't put mine on.
I can hear you.
That was on my old computer when my speakers sucked. I don't have to do it now. My speakers are better. So anyway, it's not. We just got it back.
Yeah. When you have it on speaker, it travels through the mic too.
Can you guys hear it? I have my headphones.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know you had headphones.
I'll fix it. It's been a while since I've had anybody on. You're the last person I had on.
You hear them in the background?
Oh my gosh, who is that?
Mom and Annabelle.
Does Mom know you're on live? Go tell her to.
My daughter's as loud as I am.
Well, no, we're right back.
My son is literally just like his dad. They both have ADD. They're both super quiet. We were talking about that today too. And then my daughter completely takes after me and is loud and obnoxious. I come from a loud family too, though. So there we go. It's
Hi,
just like,
guys.
hey, I thought you didn't want to be on camera. You're pretty. You know you
didn't.
can be on here.
I didn't even know you were on live when I accidentally stepped in. So
It's okay. Honestly, I think everybody that's in here are adults and probably have kids. It's not going to be your age group. So you don't have anything to worry about.
Mommy, the plane ain't even hot.
Oh my God. Annabelle. Hey, sure. Hey,
Camera real
go
quick.
Hey,
tell
Cher.
Annabelle and your mom that we are live and they need not to be screaming.
I can close my door.
Please do. Please do. That and I'm working on the Inquirer. Hey, Cher. So Cher was on, I think it was Christmas Day night, we had a fire. And towards the very end, I was like, I got kind of emotional. I was like, I was doing the I love you, man thing, I think. Poor Cher.
Close the door.
Well, I can hear now. I
You know what?
Annabelle, stop yelling.
I did that. I did that for December 30th, wishing everybody a happy new year and thanking everybody for their support.
That was nice.
I just, all of a sudden, it was like,
Oh, it's because it's going through this mic now. Let me see if I can turn out. I love you too, woman. Oh, I was there, Sin. Well, you guys were all together
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, and I did pop in for a little while. I might not have said anything. I might have just been in there. It was like 1:45 in the morning.
Uh-huh. Oh, we went way longer than that.
Tommy,
We broke
I have you
our
muted.
record.
How long did it go? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Tommy, if you want to say something, just wave, because I've got you muted because you're killing people's. Other people might have headphones in, and if somebody yells, it's going to break their eardrums. 9 hours? Oh my goodness. All right, let me see what I can do with this. The headphone settings. Settings. Okay, audio. Headphones. Audio would be the mic, right? Okay.
Yes. It's also the
Default
ears.
mic. I don't see headphones listed.
Sin, I have no idea what you mean. I am pure and innocent as the driven snow.
Oh, it's not. Not letting me change the mic very well. And I don't know how else to turn it up. Automatically adjust mic. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So I can adjust. Your mic sounds terrible. Was it echoing before I put these on?
Nope.
I'm going to take them off. See if it's
I
better.
don't hear an echo anyway.
Okay.
I know how to unmute myself, but I'm going to keep myself muted until I say something.
Well, now you're unmuted, so be careful.
Yeah.
But Miss Kim is muted.
Okay, there I am.
There.
Is that better? That's better.
And now Tommy's muted again.
All right, you're unmuted now. Oh my gosh. I have this new computer.
Okay.
Okay, I've got my door
Everybody can
closed.
speak now.
I've got my door closed and Annabelle's being quiet, so.
You are in a hole. I don't want to be in a hole.
I can unmute myself.
Hey,
and mute
Dusty.
But this is the muted game. Musical mutes. Yeah, that's a Bass Pro Shop hat. Did you get that for Christmas?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
On the live stream. New game. Oh my goodness.
I've got it in full screen, so I can't see the chat, but every once in a while I like look at the chat.
Okay, so what I'll do, if it has to do with you, I can do this. I forgot you can't see it. I forgot about that. So what I did, is Annabelle using your phone?
Nope.
Okay, bring this up on your phone, and you can read the chat on your phone. That's what I had your Papa do when he was on.
It's not available for your account.
But turn the volume down.
Yeah, turn your volume down or we'll hear it. Turn your volume down first and then open it. Like silence your phone. Thank you. I wouldn't have thought of that till we heard it.
I can't watch this video.
All right.
Oh, because you're a kid.
Come on. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's underage.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, if
Well,
it has
my
to
mom
do
made my
with you.
account, made it for like kids.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah, I just forgot. I can't see comments either.
Well, I'll tell you what. We will do a live stream on a weird day where you guys can come on and we can just chat, and that way it's something you can maybe show your friends or something. So did you want to stay on, or mute? I can mute you, or do you just want to get off? You want to stay?
I'll stay on and you can mute me.
All right, just wave at me if you want to talk. It says you are muted.
I can mute myself.
Okay, you're muted. Okay, that's okay. Like I was saying earlier, my daughter's household is like my household, very loud. So what was funny is just before my husband was getting ready for work, so not that long ago, and we were talking about my son was saying something about me being loud yesterday, and I said, when I was 30, when you hit 30, you think of things. And I was like, well, you think of, what could I change about myself? And I thought, I need to be quieter. I do have a little hearing loss, but that's not the only reason why. And I was like, you know what? I'm 30 years old. I don't think I'm going to be able to change. So I was just kind of, whatever. I can't change it. And I know when to be quiet, like in church, at work. I know when to, but if you guys don't know by now, I have no filter. And that's what me and my husband were talking about. I said, whatever's in my brain comes out of my mouth. That's why I make a bad liar, because I cannot watch myself. My husband is the complete opposite. He literally, doesn't even acknowledge me when I speak. He's like the opposite. That's why we work. I talk a lot. He doesn't talk a lot. He waved.
Oh, he's
I
waving.
can agree with that.
Oh, you're still on. So it went off.
I can mute. I can unmute and mute myself.
Good. Do that.
I have a button for that.
Okay, you handle it then. That's good. So when you want to talk, same mouth, in brain, out mouth disease. Yep, that's me. Totally. And I was like, I'm 55 years old. I cannot change. And I said, just like you, I was talking to Tom, could you be louder now in your life than you have been your whole life? And he's like, no. And so my son was trying to tell me I was loud. And I'm like, and I needed to work on it. I'm like, I left the room. I was a little bit irritated. I'm like, you're 36 years old and you're trying to tell me I refuse to change. No joke. I mean, I am the way I'm going to be. What you see is what you get. And I've said that since I was 30. Actually, I had my come into Jesus moment when I was 27. It was pre-30. And I was like looking at my life. It was actually before I was actually 30. But I am what I am. That's right.
Yeah.
So
I am a silent watcher.
Huh?
I am a silent watcher.
Yeah. You're kind of quiet yourself, Tommy, but Mommy and Annabelle is loud. So the women in my family.
I can disagree about that.
You can. You do talk a lot more than Uncle Chris and Papa do. I miss
That's probably because I have ADHD.
Probably, and I probably have a little bit of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom told me when I was 5, that was 1974, and they tried putting me on a med, and she said it turned me into a zombie, and she took me off of it. But he probably can't get a word in edgewise. Not really. 55, you're old. I know.
Dusty. You be careful.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm older than that, and so is Sin.
You might be in trouble.
Might be. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Bite me. I'm sorry. We're just talking about how old we are, Tommy. He doesn't comprehend that yet. You're 12, right, Tommy?
Still 11.
Still 11? Pretty close. Getting there.
That's
Yes,
gremlin
we
number
are,
3.
Adam, and welcome in.
Hey, Adam. We're getting a lot of people in here this early. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, I missed last week. I haven't protested it this week. I was so out of sorts. I've told you guys before, if I don't protest, just getting ready it takes me, I'm lost. I haven't put on my makeup at all because I didn't do it. And I was like, I was sitting here missing steps. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, man, when I get out of a routine, I'm messed up, but I'm ready to go now that I don't have to worry about having to have the car back at a certain time, because now we have 2. What's also nice about that for Tom, every time I went to Austin, he had to take all his work stuff out. His pistol belt, it's very expensive. His badge, his first aid, all that stuff he didn't want to get stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it was 2025, y'all. I couldn't.
Mm.
I'm going to take him out till he comes back. I know. Honestly, we didn't even do anything. Uh-oh. There's the littlest one.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Unmute, Tommy. Can you unmute? I think I'm unmuting. He's okay. Amelia. She is a happy child. Can't hear her though. What are you doing? I can't hear her. That's okay.
No, because she's still in the backstage. Like, you haven't brought her up yet.
She doesn't, when we talk on the phone, like, very often, it's just, she has a lot to say. I know. I know. Oh, she's whispering. Really? Are you sure? No way.
One time I was watching her live and she said hello.
I know. I know it's funny. Are you sure? I don't know. It's so funny. Are you sure? Oh, I've never seen her do this. Are you seeing yourself? That might be it. Are you seeing yourself on your screen?
Amelia,
I think that's what's making her laugh. Yeah, a little bit, and then her dad. Are you sure? Yeah, they do. They do share. I'm gonna mute. It's so cute though. I hate you. I know. So my daughter will give her the phone and she'll just walk all over the house and she just goes off. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? I've only got to meet her once, which right around her first birthday.
Aw.
I know. The other two I had most of their lives at my house. Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. Adam, I just noticed your comment. It does. Sometimes it's surreal and I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And other times I feel like I've been doing this forever. Because so many people are involved in it and we're, doing it that it feels like it's been going on forever. It's just like a staple, something that's just there all the time. If that makes sense. But, hey, No Face. What's up? Hey, Tommy. I'm gonna let you guys go here soon, okay? I told them when they came on it'd only be a short time. You all right? All right. We'll see you guys later. Love you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay. I told him, remember when he was here, they popped in last Sunday when we were reading. I was like, So I had my husband who was awake call Devin, their mom. I said, get them off of here, please. They should not be hearing this stuff. Yeah, I can't say that. Guys, it is 65 degrees outside just now. But this is Texas weather, y'all. It's 65 degrees all night. All night. It's not going to go down. Tomorrow night, it feels like 20 in 24 hours. Oh, the headset was bigger than her head. No joke. It was. I can't believe she left it on. She's a happy child. I know. Yeah. Sin knows. The weather around here is ridiculous. Ridiculous. That Cartwright girl showed up on my feed today on an ad for some drug awareness group. Washington today. Nancy Cartwright, the Scientologist? Oop. You need to book a switch to when they pop on. You need a book to switch to.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
A different book to switch to.
I know, right? Any book. Any other book. Okay, Nancy Cartwright. That's interesting.
Well, then we can be assured that it would be a front group.
Probably.
That she was shilling.
She has her own drug program, and I still think it's a front group. You know how they had the green eggs and ham? Yeah, that's a better book too. Yeah, because we got into, you know what the stuff is in that Dianetics book, and I was like, oh, you guys need to not be here.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they were coming on that day. They just saw me come on. Oh, my. Yeah, I know. Oh, the wind chill for tomorrow night, Sin, it was like 33 degrees, but wind chill of 20. Sin's about an hour south of me, so there's a good 2-degree difference sometimes. At a kids museum, definite front group. Ooh, in Georgia, it's 38. Oh, battery socks. That's what my husband needs because he's outside half the night in Waco. Me too. But we had been meaning to get, it's a thing that goes over the windshield. So that when it freezes, you just take it off. You don't have to scrape and stuff. But we literally only need it 3 to 5 days a year.
Ah,
No kidding. But yeah, this will be interesting tomorrow night. And windy, very windy. So I tell my husband, you better go slow. He's a speed demon. So that means all the overpasses are going to freeze. Literally everything shuts down around here if it gets to freezing. Texans don't know how to do it.
well, yeah, because you guys are just, you're not in the habit of doing it for like 4 or 5 months at a time.
Yeah. I'm from Ohio, so back in the day when I worked a little bit farther away, I literally was the only one that could make it to work. People that lived in the town I was driving to couldn't make it to work. I'm like, yeah, I had to do 20 miles an hour. You have to slow down. That's all. Just slow down.
I'll be right back.
That's
Give me
smart.
a sec.
That's smart. I'll tell Tom. We were going to throw a blanket or something over it while he was at work tomorrow night. Clear as a bell here. Yeah, right now it's nice out. It's 65 degrees. But it's supposed to drop all day tomorrow. I think it showed we were partly cloudy, not clear. Okay, so it's called No More About Drugs Alliance. She does artwork for it and posts it in places like kids' museums. I just firmly believe if she's involved, it's going to be a front group, just a new one that we haven't heard of yet. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look past tomorrow night because we have to check the weather every time he goes to work. You okay?
I was just going to say, I think I've solved the mystery because my whole stream just reset itself.
Okay. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, I remember it. I know. It was so stupid. I'm like, they ran out to buy toilet paper. I'm like, people, if worse comes to worse, you can use a washcloth and, or magazines or something. People, oh my gosh. Well, it's the same thing with COVID, y'all. Ooh, it's 30 in South Carolina. I did mention that. The problem is it's going to be very windy here. That's why the wind chill is going from 33 to feels like 20. It's going to be like 21 mile an hour winds tomorrow night. For sure. For sure. No, it is yucky. We're going with between weather and freaking Scientology front groups. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting my husband
Hey, Susie.
this heated seat cover. But like I said, gosh, we only need it 5, freezing 5. It's cool. This winter has been too warm. Too warm. We're going to pay for it. Hey, Sunday. Wow. Good to have you. Lots of people tonight. Hi, Susie. Susie's here. With the Panda toilet paper was bought out for months. I know. I was like, it's an upper respiratory thing, not a gastro thing. I think it wasn't that. It was they were afraid they couldn't get to the stores and stuff. I don't even know if people had a reason. I think it was just a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Dixie Hello. So we have what is that? Minnesota Goodbye and a Dixie Hello. I went and saw Cricket's video, her song, or I said that wrong. Cricket's video on the Minnesota Goodbye. Have you guys seen that? That was good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's been doing a lot of really good work.
Yeah. I can't believe I just called him a she. Excuse me.
He's used to it. I will tell you that.
Well, here's the thing. I've talked about this before. you know, when you talk to somebody in the chat and you see their name, I thought pizza, what's the whole
Yeah.
name? Pizza Now. I thought that was a girl.
Eat pizza now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eat pizza now. You
Hi,
just
Diana.
come up with something in your head, and then you find out it's completely. It's kind of like when you've ever heard a DJ on the radio and you think they look a certain way, and then when you meet them, you're like, they look nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, oh well, that's good, Cher. Do you know what I did when they were having the toilet paper shortage? I think it's Charmin, the Forever roll. So you have it shipped to your house. It's this huge roll of toilet paper. And the first time you buy it, you get the holder that's freestanding. And because I did that for several months, and it was really nice, and it got shipped to me, so I didn't have to worry about the store stocking it up. So I kind of went around the issue there. Hey, Diana. Mixie good lol. Okay. Oh, I know. If you've ever watched me, so I've got my regular glasses with bifocals. The computer is right in between those, and they don't work. So I've dug out an old pair of readers that work for this distance. I'm like, so I'm constant. If I'm reading a book, I got to switch. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm sitting further back from the computer tonight, so I'm wearing my regular glasses because just this distance, it's only like a foot difference. It's my computer glasses are like, wait, this is no, my eyes are like, no.
When I go to the eye doctor next month, I'm going to see if I can get the regular glasses and see if he can figure out how to get, or I'll just go to another pair of readers. Out of the 20 pairs I had a whole bag of donation because I wore readers for like 10 or 12 years before they said, oh, you need regular glasses. These were the most janky ones of them all. I literally had to go over them with a black marker because they were peeling. But they're the only ones that worked. I'm like, okay, well, that's what we're going to do. Toilet paper.
Diana,
Go ahead.
I do agree with you, Diana, but I would not call it drama this time.
No. It's a situation.
And Cher, I have a bidet kit on my toilet as well. Yeah.
I'm actually,
but no hot water for mine. And it's actually okay. It doesn't bother me.
I decided I think I'm gonna try a handheld bidet. It's a little bit cheaper. And I've been really considering it for a few months, and I just haven't went ahead and gotten it. Because at our age, I don't know.
I got my kit on Amazon 3 years ago now. Because a friend of mine had mentioned it. She has Crohn's and I have IBS. So, and we were talking about the variety of wipes that are available out there, not to get too into it.
My husband loves.
I believe it, Cher. But the cool water works fine for me. But she said you can buy a kit to attach it to your toilet because there is no room in my bathroom to put a bidet. And
most of them do.
They have a variety of them. Yeah, they have a variety of them, and you just hook them up to the hose thing on your toilet. We have a bidet. Holy cow! The thing.
I don't blame you, Sin. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
My thing isn't the IBS. It's I tinkle so much. I go through ridiculous amounts of toilet paper. And so I'm like, well, this handheld bidet, all I'd have to do is have a towel. It might reduce my issues. We go through a lot of toilet paper for 2 people. I mean, I go a lot.
Yeah. Like I still use the wipes because
Yeah, me too.
sometimes the spray doesn't get everything.
For sure. For sure. I'm in love. I think in my past life I was Japanese because I want to live there so bad. Everything they think of everything. This is the biggest thing that drives me crazy that I don't understand. Their bathrooms are a complete wet room. And I mean toilet area and everything. It's tiled completely and has a drain in the middle. You can literally go in there and hose it down and squeegee it. And then us in the 90s, when I got this house, had carpet in the bathrooms. And obviously that was when we've gotten rid of all the carpet. But even so, we had a very bad sewage backup. Oh, I could not help my husband with that. But
Yeah.
we're about to replace the floor in the master bath, and we're going to put a drain in the middle of the floor. Like, luckily, we don't have a slab house. He can crawl under there and do different things. Because if we'd had that, he could have, hosed that all into the drain instead of using 1,500 towels, which, oh my God, it was so gross. But I'm like, I don't understand why everybody doesn't do that. And because they don't have dryers, they usually only have a washer and they hang them outside. Well, sometimes it's too cold. Their bathrooms have a drying function. You can literally hang your clothes in the bathroom and turn a drying function on.
Wow.
I'm like, that
Can you
and
step
tankless water heaters.
out of the shower and turn on the drying function too?
Yep.
Can you step out of the shower and turn on the dryer function too, so you can just stand there?
I got to go back. We've been talking. I've been missing. I read that Adam looks like an American dictator. Thank goodness, Dusty. We're not going to go there, Dusty, just for you tonight. Diana's like, great topic. This was not what I had
At least
planned.
not yet.
Oh my God, Civil Bot.
Oh God.
Oh gosh. If he's talking about the glasses are you talking about those? Yeah, I know the aviators, and then there's those glasses that go over your glasses too. Hey, Lily. No, he's not gonna watch me. An RV or tiny house. Yeah, well, honestly, if I were to build, if we could make our bathroom like that, I would. I totally would. I'm learning a lot from Asians. It's not just the Japanese are at the top, but they think of everything. Here's my philosophy on that. Why we don't have those things. I think American or Western, I'll say, because you're in Canada, we accept whatever is given to us or what is available. Whereas in Japan and elsewhere, they're like, well, we can do this. Let's fix this and do this. Like their trains are always on time kind of stuff. Yeah, I have. Well, that's a heat light.
I was going to say, Europeans and Asians, they all think that North Americans are pretty dirty about our bathroom cleanliness because we don't have standard bidets.
Oh no. I'm sorry. Sure. What I like most about Japanese toilets, they have a noise function that will cover you in public toilets that will cover you doing your business. I honestly don't get embarrassed, but I know some people don't like to even go in a public bathroom and make a bunch of noise. They're like,
yeah,
but I mean, everybody does it. Yeah. Oh, no, hun. Adam, they were still putting carpets in the bathroom in 1995 when we bought this house. They were still, and teal, blue teal green carpet. Oh, I thought that was great at the time. Till I had paint and nothing matched except this color. He doesn't get into important toilet paper subjects. Redneck drying room, heat lamp, and a box fan. Yeah. So no one hears you fart. Yes. You did. Oh my gosh. Carpeted on the outside. Well, the tiny house, you can do just about anything you want. Hobo jacuzzi. I want one of those. I can't afford a real jacuzzi, but Coleman and they have those blow up jacuzzis that are like $300 to $400. Oh man, I wish I could have one. If we go full time RV, we want to get one because you can, it travels because it blows up. But I'm like, when we went on vacation at a condo, they had a hot tub. My husband loved it. Me, I thought it was too dang hot. I thought I was in a chicken soup. It was so hot. I'm like, I thought
that's why you get out and then you get back in. And then you get out and then you get back in.
Yes, I know. It was, I thought it was too hot all around. He did it a lot more than me. Sterno is due for a comeback.
I do not know what a sterno is or what sterno is.
It's a little can of fuel that you can use to heat like camping food.
Oh.
Or if you have a buffet and you have warming trays, use sterno underneath them to keep them heated. If I'm right. Am I right, you guys?
I got you now.
Oh, you're right, Diana. That's true. That's true. My husband does too, but it didn't seem that my husband's worse. My husband went in the emergency room. He never goes to the doctor. And one night he said he had a headache so bad, he made me take him to the ER. He was like 260 over some other high number. I can't remember. Every single person that came in the room that night couldn't believe he hadn't had a stroke. And that's because he ate a $1 hamburger from Burger King every freaking day that he was in the Army for 21 years. I tried to make him eat healthy, but I couldn't. He was gone for almost 11 overseas, and everything they give them is fried. So, yeah, his is bad. I just dangle my feet. It's good for the feet.
Yes, and
yeah, especially if you have other things too.
Lily, I hear you, Lily.
Lily. I understand because I remember after we had kids, the sitz baths we had to do after. I don't know if all of you did, but I did after having children.
Oh yeah, yep. I hated the sitz baths.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Didn't know that. TMI. I know it's okay. It's late. Nobody cares. This late.
We all have backsides, as Cher said.
Oh. Well, that's good. I'm glad your daughter has a good hubby. My son goes back to school. I thought he was going to be here till February, starting the new school, but he has to finish 2 more weeks of generals so that they can transfer that to the new school, and he won't have to take that block again. So he didn't tell me this till yesterday. I'm thinking I'm going to have him all the way through trying to get things. Him and his dad do not communicate well. Oh, is that what happened? Oh, goodness. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I've looked at those. I have a rug over here that's still in the plastic for 3 years. because the one little girl, I have a baby gate in the kitchen. If I'm asleep and she can't wake me up, she has an accident. So I've been deathly afraid of putting it out. And I'm like, I finally got to the point where I think I'm just going to put it down. And if there's a spot, by the way, Spot Shot is the best thing ever to get pet odor and stains out of carpet. I think you can only get it at Walmart, but I've used it for eons and it's awesome. I think I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and put it down. Huh? I know.
I wonder if we can get it here. Because we have a little boy that we're trying to get in to get neutered, and we're having a little issue with the scheduling.
Is he spraying? Is that what he's doing?
Not yet.
Not yet. I had a cat that started spraying.
I'm hoping and praying he's... Mm-hmm.
Well, before Spot Shot, apple cider vinegar. So I had the carpet. He was spraying. Of course, it's in the carpet and the padding. I would take apple cider vinegar neutralizes odors like white vinegar doesn't. And I kind of watered it down in like a measuring cup or something. And I literally poured it on the spot so it would get all the way through to the wood. Got rid of it. It was gone. You only smelled the vinegar for that day, and that was it. And it neutralized those odors. It was awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Because, and yes, we can get Spot Shot here, and there are a few places we can get it. Hey, Papa.
That's good to know, Sin.
So
I hope that gives you some peace, knowing that there probably wasn't a lot you could do at that moment. I know that's hard.
Yeah.
And had one what? The carpeting. Yeah, my husband will be with you all the way. I'm giving survival tips, not recipes from the Anna Crust cookbook. I don't think I want recipes from that book. Hey, Papa Smurf. Good to have you. Good to have you. Are shelter spay or neuter for people, or if they can't get them to the place, they get it done cheaper for animals that aren't from shelter? That's good. We used to have a place like that too. Actually, we had an on-base vet for a while, which was nice.
Well, that's where we're trying to get him in, Lily, but they are booked straight through until March.
Yeah,
you know why? Access the March calendar yet.
When do you think it's because people got pets for Christmas that they're so backed up, or just in general they're backed up?
I think it's just in general because I think they're only open like 2 days a week for spaying and neutering. So, yeah. But I will keep trying.
Yeah.
Yes, Papa. Sin and her button are here, so
better be careful.
You can behave yourself.
Sin, the thing is, that's a man thing. Not telling you when they're not feeling good. They just don't. My husband drives me crazy when he's sick or whatever. I'm trying to get him to do something. And he's like, no, I'm fine. Oh, that's good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Getting Ozzy taken care of. Yeah, all mine are done.
Papa, yeah, you always behave, but do you actually follow the rules?
You never behave.
Right, Diana?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Susie, that's so great. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. You will be sponsoring my next trip to Austin because when you get 5 memberships after YouTube takes their cut, it covers my gas to and from and a little bit of parking. So because I'll forget, especially because I'm a little toasty. I'm going to take a picture of that so I remember. Thank you so much.
Ah, when, Susie?
Thank you. That's so awesome. Oh, well. Uh-oh.
Sunrise was here too. She might be lurking somewhere, Papa.
She might be. Oh, he was rejected.
Oh,
Oh, by the mom.
he might have been around.
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Oh, he didn't need the shots because
Yeah, our our humane society only does a couple of the shots. They do the rabies and the feline leukemia, I think is the other one. Any other shots that you might want done, you have to go somewhere else to get them done.
oh, the only thing they require here is rabies. Everything else is extra. I got them some the last time I took them in, but I like to split up their vaccines, especially the little dogs. I just think it's a bit much. Hey, Lupita. Oh, did you get a membership or did you already have one?
Hi, Lupita.
That's awesome. I know. Papa Smurf is just an instigator. Just an instigator.
Yeah, throwing no face around, throwing him into corners. I mean, Papa, you need to learn to keep your hands to yourself.
You do. The other one was...
You know what? I'm going to reboot my computer because it keeps doing it.
Okay.
I will be right back.
Okay. I'm the queen of shut down and start over.
It's going to take me a moment to actually get out of here, but yeah.
All right. You want me to remove you or can you just leave?
Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay. Ooh, I got bigger. 2 things at once. You call any orgs lately, share? Ooh. Uh-oh. And then Bridge, I don't know if y'all heard, but the HOA president moved, correct? Is she finally gone? I was following that. I have a deep hatred of HOAs. No reason, just what I've heard. We don't care about spelling, Lily. Nobody cares. We know what you mean. Everybody knows autocorrect and crap and trying to type on the phone. Because when I'm on the tablet, there's no chat. So I have to chat on my phone. That one's okay. But this one is super narrow. And I'm constantly... Every time I type you, it's UPN. I don't know how it happens. Always. I was researching for a video. Hey, Mama Squirrel. Wow, we got so many people in here tonight, you guys. I was lurking while cleaning. Oh, okay. That's cool, Lapita. This is super fun. I missed it last week. I really did. And then at the end of Dianetics, we kind of went over chatting. I wonder if I smoke in your neighborhood that can put a fence up and let my dogs out. Well, that's cool. Like I said, I have always recommended leaving the Austin area and coming up here. So, a lot of times, yeah, because that's what I do. See, my dogs are not as socialized as they should be. And when we talk about shots, they don't see other dogs because I literally can let them out the front door because the front porch is inside the gate, which is nice. Oh, my neck. and they come back in. So I'll take Petunia, who was born here 5.5 years ago, and if we go to a drive-thru or something while she's in the car, she's growling because she's just not. But she even growls at my son when he first comes in. So she's just like that. Okay. Hey, Miss Sunrise. I figured you might still be around. That's great. I appreciate it. What if it was you, Diana, nor are mine. Ozzy is a COVID puppy, so didn't get socialized, and Sabbath is an old grumpy lady. I call it old lady or old man syndrome. So our first really great dog, Buddy Rowe, he got old man syndrome when he got older, where he was like, screw you, I don't have to listen anymore. He didn't do bad things. He was just like, didn't care anymore. And Daisy, our big dog, is part boxer, which I hear is stubborn. She has kind of the same thing. She'll listen to Tom in a minute. Me, I have to be mean. If I try to talk to her, she ignores me. Really? So I don't follow up on the LA people very much because they have a big audience. Said he had a bomb. He was there and it could happen. That was smart on his part. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Well, I think part of it is we rarely hear good things about HOAs. I did hear one good thing that I mentioned. Yes, they are big dogs. I thought, oh, you mentioned what's been going on this week, which I'm like Kerrigan. I don't want to get into it. Honestly, I still haven't even watched it all. As soon as I heard the first part of the first video, I'm a very avoidance type person. If something's going to stress me out, I ignore it. And I had planned to watch the videos before I came on because I knew it would come up. I got the gist. And I'm with Kerrigan too. I'm like, I don't want to say too much on it for the most part. Just because that's good. That's good. I mean, that was smart on his part because he is probably going to have, especially in Washington, you got to be super, super careful. Hey, pizza's here. We were talking about you earlier. Do your ears burn? It's great. We just had pizza last night and a little bit leftovers today. If you divide 22 pies into 7 pieces, you will get the algorithm of the distance to the moon. Oh, 22 pies, I'm sorry. Minus the weight of a Slim Jim. Okay. That one hurts my head. I don't think I'm going to go down that rabbit hole. I know you do, Sin. I know you do. Here, I haven't checked lately, but I know lot rent is no more than $250, $300 tops a month. Yes, we do. Everybody. When somebody says they don't like pizza, I'm like, I give them a side eye. Nope. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not. This is fun. This is Saturday night is for fun. It's I don't like to say it's not Scientology Saturday night because it may come up and I don't want to dismiss that work and people in that and saying, oh, this is for fun. It's not for Scientology. Because it's always about Scientology. Oh, there's Scooter Mom. Sorry, girl. I did not see you. Sorry about that. I've been how long? I don't know how long you've been there. I've been looking over here. Sorry
Just a
about
couple
that.
minutes. I answered a couple of people in the chat or said
I
hi.
did see that. I did see that. But yeah. All I'm gonna say on that is I'm disappointed. A lot of you were in some other chats where I was like, you know, I don't want to know these things. But I get why some people, I get why she would post it. I get why, because we have created and I've heard this term, I hope I'm saying it right, a parasocial relationship with
Yep.
others in the community, so you feel more connected and more at ease to talk about such things. And I understand why she would feel that she needed that and to talk about it. And
But it's she says in her first video, she's doing the video to hold herself accountable so she doesn't go back because
oh, see, I only
she's
watched the
gone
first five
back to
minutes of
him.
that.
Yeah, she's gone
Oh,
back to him more than once.
I did hear that. All I watched was like the first 5 minutes about the first incident where she didn't watch the video and she believed him. And honestly, that was enough. I get.
Yeah.
I hate those kind of things. Like I said before, in the military, I see it a lot because people are
Mhm.
separated. There's people that you have to be in a perfect frame of mind, or not perfect, a good frame of mind to be an Army spouse or be separated for years at a time. So I've seen it a lot. I do not condone it in any way. I will say, I don't think anybody does. You know what? I
Yeah.
don't think one person is going to condone it. I just,
Yeah, or a Navy
not knowing
spouse.
the
Yeah.
facts, because I didn't even watch his video, I feel like what I'm seeing is a spiral, a downward spiral from somebody. Because so much has happened in such a short period of time. And I just hope that he gets help. I hope that he does too. And that's all. I don't want to get in the nitty-gritty about it.
Can I just say that I think she's much more likely to get help before he is?
Yep, I believe you. Nope, I agree. Because I said in somebody's chat, oh, Kerrigan, I believe, and I said if he's, because he said it before, I don't need therapy. Like if he's
Mhm.
still saying he doesn't need therapy, he's in denial.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways.
yes, let's go on. Let's me look at the chat. By the way, oh, that's you. I know. I can't believe Sin pays this much for lot rent for a mobile home. Because in my community, when I knew it was 260 was high, but that was years ago. I don't know but there's no way in this area it's $1,000. That's ridiculous. So she's, for a mobile home, she's paying over $2,000 a month. That's just ridiculous. I don't know. I looked at mobile homes lately. The prices are as much as a real house. No. So if you don't know anything, there's a lot of mobile homes in the South, y'all. So there's a lot in this. Matter of fact, just down the road, I was worried about tornadoes in the area. And they said just down the road is a mobile home park that has been there since 1962. And it's never been hit. I'm like, well, that makes me feel better. Oh, I love tamales. Yeah, Lily. That's what I want. This is not a drama area, or I don't, you're right, it's not drama. I could say gossip in a way, but that seems trivial too.
Yeah.
Just, I think enough people have discussed it. I don't need to.
Yeah. Sin and I discussed it for an hour and a half straight yesterday.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was saying. It's if it was a different community even, or a different channel, I would be like, oh, maybe that person just wants clicks, or this person, but this community is very different. And I think in many, many ways. But then again, maybe not. Maybe, what other channels have their own communities and they feel the same way. I don't want to diminish anybody's feelings on this issue. So that's another reason I don't want to say anything. I don't want to
Are you
upset
leaving
anyone.
us, Antics?
Oh, Mama Squirrel. Oh. Who? Oh, the moo. Oh. Or Navy spouse. What happened, Cher? Piece of spring
I think
rolls. So, what? What were you going to say?
nothing other than I keep missing Antics.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would find therapy a bad thing.
No face. I agree with you.
Yeah. My therapy didn't go too well, but the time I was in the hospital, and it was the first time I went, it was 8 days. It was so peaceful, and I could never do that before because I had a job, I had kids. This was about 3 years after I got sick, and the depression
Yes,
had
I do.
really set in. I even stayed 2 extra days to make sure the meds were working because I'm very susceptible to side effects.
Yeah.
The therapists I've had have been subpar, and I'm in a very isolated area. It's an hour to Austin and an hour to Waco. So, but I do agree it's important.
Um.
I know,
So
right?
I don't feel the need to discuss Aaron and Jenna's relationship. I am kind of going back to that for a reason, though. What I do feel that I need to keep saying, because some people are not understanding this, is it is not a requirement of any other creator in this community to voice any kind of opinion on their relationship and his actions.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, several of us have been pressured in one way or another. That's the whole reason Sin and I did a stream yesterday. We didn't want to discuss their relationship, but I was informed by more than one person with screenshots that my name and Pup Groomer's names were brought up as people to go after, to force us to publicly denounce him or cancel him or whatever.
See, I meant to watch your show before I came on, but things happened today.
Yeah.
That is
That's okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah. We are not alone in that, though.
I know, you're not.
It
A lot of
happened to
people I've
Marilyn.
seen are doing the same
It
thing.
happened to Natalie. Yeah.
That we want to stay out of it.
I think
Period.
it happened to Kerrigan as well. Yeah, it's like, why? My opinion on their relationship means absolutely nothing.
People want to take sides, and I don't like. Even before, I've always said 2 reasons I don't take sides, because I got yelled at. I don't delete comments, I want to leave them up, because I don't want to people to think I'm hiding anything. But after the last whatever, I don't even remember, happened, I said, I did a stream, I said why I won't take side, and the biggest one was I'm what's that word when you're uneducated? Illiterate? Ignorant. I'm ignorant of the facts, of all the facts. Maybe not this one, but I don't follow everybody. I don't hear everything. So I don't feel I should comment on a few things. And I'm talking in general, not this issue.
Yeah.
This issue is pretty I believe Jenna. I don't think. But I don't want to speak on something I don't know enough about and get it
Yeah.
wrong.
Now, I understand that there are people who are triggered by the situation because
Yes.
of their own past.
Yes.
I get that, and I empathize with them. I have also experienced that, but
Mm.
I don't know why I'm not feeling triggered by the situation, but I'm like, I don't need to deal with it. It's not my situation. I don't feel I hadn't felt okay, bye antics. um, I had not felt a need to voice an opinion on the situation. And I did end up voicing an opinion in chats before I got those screenshots. And then it was like, "Oh, okay, so you want to come for me? Let's go." And I don't think whoever it was in the screenshots actually came into the chat. If they were watching the stream, I don't know. There's been no indication one way or another. I have seen 2 what I will call responses to the stream, and Sin, you were lumped in with me, of course, because you were there with me. One was someone who did not come into the chat, but clearly watched it, saying how disappointed she was in us. And I'm not going to name any names because I don't want it going, any further. There's no need for that. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, well, then why the hell didn't you come in and say that? If you didn't like what we were saying, there was an open invitation to say it right there. We could have had an adult discussion about it. There were other people who came in and expressed their feelings on the situation. One who said that she was triggered by the situation, and we gave her what I felt was understanding and empathy and appreciation for coming and saying something.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's not within my power, number one. And even if it were, I don't feel a need to cancel anyone. I personally hate the idea of anyone being canceled.
Me
We
too.
are all not our worst action.
None of us are perfect.
Exactly.
None of
Absolutely
us
none of us are perfect.
issues.
None of us have gone mistake free in our lives. And all of us would like to think that we have moved forward from our worst past decisions. But I have also seen someone add 3 of the letters of the screen name of the person in the screenshots to their username. And I'm like, okay, so that tells me where you stand, and that's also not my problem.
Yeah, that goes back to things I've said a lot. This is a large community, and you're going to have all kinds of different people, and you're going to have people like that are going to want to come at people that don't want to speak on it. It's just going to happen, and that's something we've had to learn as beginner creators, I would say, in a lot of
Why,
ways.
thank you, No Face, I think.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
that's so nice. Thank you. We just have to be prepared for, you're going to get a handful of this or that. But I think for the most part, I think everybody kind of feels the same way, as far as speaking on it. Kerrigan said it. Was it last night I was watching, or today? She said, this is a drama-free channel. This is not drama. I don't want to dismiss it as such, but that was just the best way to describe it. This is not.
Mhm.
Oh, no. I take that back. I was on another stream who said, this is not norm. And I literally watched the first video within the first 5 minutes. I got the notice really quickly. And I was in a chat of another creator, whatever, waiting for the chat to notice. And they decided to go watch the video. I left. I'm like, nope. So, but I get it. So I want to say the same thing too. I don't want to down creators that maybe want to have a chat about it, not be, mean about it, but I don't want to also dismiss creators that maybe want to talk about it. There are, creators that would, maybe for whatever reason. So I don't want to down that either. Everybody is there. This is what I told Dusty. He said he was getting attacked in the chat. And I said, it's your channel. Do what you want.
Yep.
You can't, I don't know the words I use, but in my mind, I was saying, don't let people bully you.
Yeah, exactly. And Cheryl's been getting attacked since the first video came out because she's part of the Clearwater crew.
Right.
And supposedly, in certain minds, she's an Aaron disciple.
Oh, girl.
You know what? The Clearwater crew has been there before Aaron ever protested.
He's not a protest channel.
No, he's not. And sure, he's been out there with them a few times, but they're the consistency.
And
he does what he does, and they do what they do.
Like I've said before, it's a big community. We're always going to have issues. This is a little different. I'm not going to diminish. I don't want to diminish, her feelings or what's going on in any way. Because, but we needed to be prepared. And I think the first time it happened, we did talk about this. We need to be prepared for things to go wrong, for things to go badly between people that don't get along. It's going to happen. I mean, even in a small friend group of 6 people, you're going to have times where there's issues.
Yep.
And so I was prepared for that. I'm hugely disappointed. But like I said the last time, what we're here for, unlike Saturday night, which is usually, we're going to get away from this in a minute.
Yeah. Other than Saturday night, what we are here for is to end Scientology.
Right. And I'm not going to let somebody's personal relationships or mistakes or whatever get in the way of that. And that's,
or someone's abusive behavior, because that is tied in with what he did.
Right.
I
haven't watched
going
it,
into,
but I get it.
Without going into details, there is abusive behavior along with the cheating.
Right.
However, there is abusive behavior going on within the community against people who have nothing to do with it. And Rabbit was attacked.
Oh, is that what that meant? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's not even SPTV. She's done a little Scientology content, but she's not SPTV. And she sure as hell didn't know what he was doing. As Sin said, she didn't do a background check on him before she interviewed him. Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna move on and back to the fun stuff.
I agree, Sin. Yeah.
But I knew it would probably come up. I had meant to watch him, but I'll be honest. My stress levels can't deal with it, and I just
then don't. Yeah.
I probably will never look at it I heard the first 5 minutes. It was enough to know what happened. I get the gist. No, I say that. I take that back. I probably will watch. Because I just want to know what's going on and all of that. But
that doesn't also mean that you have to express an opinion or express condemnation, which is really what people are wanting. It's not so much an opinion as they want everyone to condemn him.
Right. And I do condemn a lot of that behavior.
Absolutely.
No.
However, it's not for me
would.
to say, get off YouTube and get help. Because you know what? If somebody said that to me, I would do the exact opposite.
Well, the thing is that I'm struggling with is I feel like I still need to watch that content because there is information in it.
And I said that yesterday, and that is what has apparently ticked off certain people. Several have said that he has yelled at them, so I think he affected the community, and I hope protesters to leave. Okay, I understand that, Lily. I understand that, and if they have been verbally abused by him, then yes, he needs to be called out for that. I get that. I would never discount that. I'm not discounting that.
No, we're not.
What I'm saying is it is not within my power. They weren't comments in. I'll tell you about it later offline.
It's not within our power to make anybody change.
It's not within my power to make him do anything, whether I say something or not. I'm nobody to him. He probably doesn't even know my name. So it's literally not within any of our power to make him do anything. And and as I said yesterday, if we dogpile him, he will resist that much more. He has to come to it himself.
I don't like to be pushed. I'm one of those people that somebody tries to push something on me and I don't come to it on my own. I'll probably push back. I agree with this to a point. I'm going to say this. Hopefully, some of the people that reach out to SPTV don't really see all of this, hopefully. You know, there's a lot of content out there.
I don't think that's the concern. I think the concern is that he personally would take advantage of a female leaving Scientology and reaching out for help because he's the contact person.
Well, that goes beyond my brain power. I can't even speak on that. I hope not. I hope that's not the case.
I don't think I have.
Agree with that.
No, that's not true.
To a point.
I was going to say, I haven't had a sign with the SPTV Foundation info on it in a while, but I do have one. It's just going to be retired and left at home. And I'm not going to put any foundation information because both foundations are problematic. Both are problematic.
Right. And that's sad.
Okay.
Hey, Cher.
If it's the topic, we're going to change it. I brought it back and I apologize.
I didn't want to go this long either. Let's just move on, y'all.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to completely pivot. So, did y'all see the thumbnail? Some of y'all didn't probably hear me at the beginning.
I saw the thumbnail.
So, we have a 2008 Dodge Nitro that literally has been out of commission for 6 years. So 6 years ago, we put a new engine in it, all the stuff around the engine, but the guy that was helping us, who was a great mechanic, but he was doing a contract in Saudi Arabia. He worked on helicopters, and he charged us half of what a real mechanic would charge. He was with our church. He's a friend from church. But right at the end, he had to book it back to Saudi Arabia, and Tom had to put it back together, and the heater cores never worked quite right. And there's this thing, it's literally just a pulley that the belt is on, but it's called a harmonic. Crap, I can't remember. And it was hard to find these last 3 months. It was ridiculous. So we haven't driven it a lot because my husband was afraid that pulley would break because it was loose. We turned our truck in October 1st. We just got it back yesterday.
It's in the chat.
Oh my gosh. What? Yes, harmonic tensioner. Thank you, David. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And for some reason, because my husband had a 2008 Nitro with the RT level, they were very hard to find. He bought like 3 different ones trying to save money because the mechanic said after 2 months, he found one that was $600 for the thing that was this big. This big. So my husband finally found one, took it in last week, and it worked. My husband was out there moving all his stuff because that was his vehicle. He bought that the day that he came back from his last deployment to Iraq in 2007, December, and literally did not go to sleep. Came in at 4:30 in the morning. You know, we hung out, and then that day we went to the dealership, and he bought the truck. He'd been looking at it for a year, so that was his last deployment present. So really good.
Yay.
But what that means for me, if you guys don't understand, I had to leave no later than 6:37 anytime I was in Austin because I had to give myself 2 hours to get home. So he could go to work at 9 p.m. No, I don't have to.
Yay.
I can still, because they have that second shift during the week that goes later. So if for any reason, like on Fridays when I go for the graduation, I don't have to freak out and leave. So that's really cool. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Pizza knows all.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. My husband, this mechanic we do like. Because he's been kind of honest. He's been pretty honest. And every time we brought our vehicles in, we bought the part and saved. I'll tell you why. I worked at a dealership. I worked at Saturn back in 99 to 2000. And I worked in the service department next to parts. I helped with parts. Every mechanic is going to add at least 10% to that part, if not more. And what's funny is when we sold parts to dealers, or no, I'm sorry, when we had to go buy parts, we got a 10% discount for being a dealership.
Huh.
So that's an extra 20% that they add at least. So yeah, we've saved much money buying our own parts.
So you see, all of these issues with cars is why I don't have any desire to drive or have a car.
Now, do you have good public transportation where you're at?
I do, yeah, because I'm right in the city.
Yes.
And
that's the problem
Toronto,
with America. We don't.
For a long time, Toronto was known for having one of the best public transit systems in the world. I don't think it's rated there anymore, but it was. Or at least in North America. I could be incorrect.
I've used public transportation when I could. Back when I lived in Ohio, before I had a car, we had buses, and then Atlanta had buses and trains, and California. So that's the problem with America is we don't have right here where I'm at. We have it's not even the size of a bus because it's so I looked up our population recently. I was curious. The 2 towns next to Fort Hood together are, with the 25,000 soldiers and dependents, is like 200 and 30,000 people.
Mhm.
So, but we're in the middle of nowhere else. We're very isolated. And up until 10 years ago, we had nothing. I mean, when we got a Starbucks, we were like, oh my gosh. The point is, we have a semi-public transportation, okay? Now, because it's mostly military and they have to be there by a certain time or they'll literally get an Article 15 and get in trouble, it's not used a lot. So my son's 36. This is when he was 18. We found a charter school we liked 5 miles away. Okay? 5 miles. We looked at the public transportation. Because of the way it went, it was literally going to take him 2.5 hours to get there.
Jeez.
No
I mean,
joke.
I'm not saying that public transit is always fast here, because it's not. A half-hour trip by car could take me an hour to an hour and a half, depending.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, for me, I just allow for that time. We have a population in Toronto of 2,832,718. So we have to have a public transit system.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no ifs,
Yep.
ands, or buts. But I also understand that I am fortunate to have that system available to me, because that's not always the case. And the further out you get from the city, the worse the transit system gets,
You're right.
because they
And
are
see,
also different transit systems.
yeah,
So,
we don't have
yeah.
anything except Hitzel takes the train. I
Mhm.
think the closest train station for me is probably 20-25 minutes, if so. But for me to get to either Austin or Waco, no public transportation really.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband grew up. He had one traffic light in his town, and it turned yellow at 6 p.m. Oh, I know. I've had trucks twice. I won't live without a truck anymore. But we're not in the military anymore, and we don't have a lot of friends. But when we were still in the Army and had a truck, yes, we had to help everybody move. I hope so. Gosh, I hope we get closer, because when I drive, you guys, to Austin, it's literally pasture for most of it. There's
Mhm.
nothing. And then I start hitting, there's 2 towns. It goes Georgetown, Round Rock, Austin. God forbid I have to use the restroom. But I would love,
But
the gas and parking together for my Austin trips is ridiculous.
those pastures, are they operating farms?
Most likely. Not all of it, unless there's a lot of cows in this, a lot of cows. So,
So,
not sure. Probably.
I mean, there is a balance to be weighed for
Yes.
those farms, though, because those cows are producing something, whether it's beef or milk and cheese and butter, you know.
Oh, I know. We did have Lyft. Ranch land, yeah, more ranch land.
Hmm.
Because I know there's a huge horse ranch. I've
Yeah,
seen steers. It is more ranches than farmland here.
yeah. I mean,
Sin's
my
right.
friend in Alberta is a homesteader,
Mm-hmm.
and it's extremely difficult for them. People think that farmers and ranchers and homesteaders are making big bucks, and they're getting pennies for what they're producing. So,
Sure. Oh my gosh. The one reason I want to live in the country is I want goats. 2 reasons. I love goats, and you don't have to have a lawnmower. I can't believe you
yeah,
take
but
it for
goats can also be assholes. So
I
you
know. I know.
gotta weigh it. Yeah.
But we had chickens. We actually got in trouble because we're in the city
Mhm.
limit. But he said if we could get permission from all of our neighbors, they're fine. But something happened to them before that occurred.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, for us, they were like pets. We the most we ever had was 4. We averaged 2,
Mhm.
and they were pets. And we liked the eggs. The eggs were good. But
Someone around here a few years ago snuck in a rooster, and I will say snuck it in because it didn't stay hidden for long, because you know what roosters do at sunup.
in their apartment or house,
Probably a house, like a backyard. And all of a sudden, we're all hearing a rooster i-
I
like
had a rooster
in
nearby too.
almost downtown Toronto every morning. And it's like, who the hell thought that was a good idea?
Sin, I would love to if we were ready. The thing is, I don't think we want to buy land in Texas because we want to go get out of the heat. And my kids are okay with us buying some land and doing like a family where they can have. My daughter wants a tiny house.
Compound.
Yes, compound. My daughter wants a tiny house. I want to be able to park my RV or tiny house. My son wants to build a barndominium, a big, huge house. Of course. But yeah, because I
Hey,
told.
Susan.
God, I had in Venice, California. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I held a baby lamb one time at church, Eon, when I was young. And I just love them. They're so cute. Yeah, tiny houses are awesome. So we have a shed right now. You guys couldn't see it in the dark. It's 8 by 16, I think. We bought that to be a tiny house. We were literally going to put that on a trailer, and I had the whole house laid out. But my husband hasn't retired fast enough, so we ended up buying the travel trailer instead. But I'm all in for alternative living. I really am. More communities, more states need to accept tiny houses. They really do. Because it just makes sense in a lot of ways. I haven't even been in the second half of my house in forever. The other 2 bedrooms and bathroom. We literally live. So this is 1,100 square feet. So bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, living room. That's it. I could be in a tiny house so easy. Oh my gosh, David! That is so cool.
Oh, nice.
Wow, thank you so much. That's another trip. I got to go next week because I got 2 trips sponsored now. I don't have a choice. I got to go. So,
Well, now you have a vehicle
yeah,
that you don't have to share.
Well, the truck was supposed to be mine. He was not supposed to drive it to his job.
Mhm.
But like I said, all that happened with the engine and we didn't trust it for
Yeah.
6 years. So I could drive it to the grocery store and stuff, but that's it. And so it had 49,000 miles on it when we bought it and it was used. I'm like, who traded this in? And now it has 260,000 miles on it because of his trips. He started in Austin, then Waco. So what's the biggest nice about it is I can throw all my crap in the back seat and not have to worry about it. I have you saw my wagon before full of crap. Yeah, that is nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. I've been talking to my daughter a lot because I've seen a lot of people go full-time RV because you don't have to buy furniture. It's built in. So even though it's smaller square footage, in a lot of ways, it's very livable. I've seen a lot of families do it, and ours sleeps 10. I went way too big. Way too big. I wanted a big kitchen. So most travel trailers have one slide. It's like the dinette and the couch slide out, and you have this teeny tiny kitchen. If you've ever looked at a picture, like no counter space, sink, stove. I got 2 slides so that I have an island where the sink is, and I have all this counter space. And that was my one thing that I wanted was a big kitchen, because my goal was to live in it. We wanted to go permanent and rent this house out. Still the plan. Just, I don't know.
Sin,
Really?
I don't think a tiny house would be either.
Oh, yeah. And if I were to go tiny house, they have tiny houses now with the bedroom downstairs, because I can't do ladders or stairs. And then you have the lofts for kids, grandkids, whatever. They're really, and they're well built because they have to withstand movement in a lot of ways. That's true. Yes. I think too many people do. See, we were looking years ago at a bigger house, and it would have added $600 a month to our mortgage.
See you sunrise. Sleep well.
Good night. It's okay. And all I felt was stress the whole time we were working with these people. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. And it was a very good decision, because we'd still be paying on that house. And this one, thank goodness, is paid off. Oh, we can't have basements in Texas if you don't know why. Yeah. What it is either A, we have bedrock, or B, because of the weather, the ground shrinks and shrinks in advance. During the summer, I can stick a stick in the crack in my yard, this 18 inches to 2 feet. And so you can't really have a basement. It just doesn't work. The ground is not right. Because I grew up in Ohio. We had basements.
Yeah, I have a basement.
And there are more, I had a dream at one time years ago, but Tom doesn't want to go to Oregon. I wanted to go to Oregon and create a tiny house community where it was surrounding a middle part where you could have like a garden that everybody could work in, where it was really like a community area. It was just a dream that I had. Oh my goodness. I know. Tiny houses are so awesome. I even looked at other alternative buildings like the earth bags. I even looked at that, but we're too old to do that now. I know. All of that is so cool.
Hey, Cricket, if your ears were ringing earlier, we were talking about you.
We were talking about Cricket, and we were talking about pizza. He never did ask what we said. All it was yeah, that's a very big change, and it worries me too. Tom's of an age, and I don't have an income, so that's a big thing. Oh, you did ask? Okay. All it was we were talking. I was talking about Cricket, and I called Cricket a she, and I said, well, for the longest time, so when you look at somebody's handle, you don't know. And so in your mind, you're like, okay, that one's a female, that one's a male, or something, right? Same thing if you hear a DJ on the radio, of course, they're male or female, but you think they look a certain way, and then you meet them, and you're like, they don't look like that. So Pizza, for the longest time, and Cricket, I thought you were females. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm wrong. But yeah, so there's a lot of people that I've probably done that too. I'm glad you added David to your name.
Yeah.
I think that's when I figured out who you were. Very wrong. I know. Did you hear what we said about you, Cricket? So we were talking about looking at handles in the chat, and you kind of, in your mind, assign a gender or something. And so I thought Cricket Cinema was female. I thought Eat More Pizza Now was female. Don't know why. Don't know why. Just, that's what was in my brain.
I mean, I did not know with pizza, but with Cricket, I definitely assumed female.
Yeah, I think it's because, I don't know why.
I think for me, it's the name Cricket.
Maybe.
I
Not too
associate
many
that
men would grab
because
Cricket.
I watched The Young and the Restless, and there's a character whose nickname is Cricket, and she's female. Yes, Cricket. But and the character is female, so I was kind of predetermined, or what's the word I'm looking for?
Ugh.
I was
Stereotype. I don't know what the word is.
yeah, but I mean,
Predetermined?
I guess it was predetermined because of this TV character.
Oh, okay.
Predisposed. Thank you.
That's
Pizza.
awesome, Cricket.
It was
cool.
pre-something.
Yeah, that's cool. I thank goodness
Brain
I didn't
farts.
offend you in any way.
If and when I ever
Predisposed.
get merch, if and when I ever set up merch, Brain Farts Are Us is going to be the first t-shirt.
Oh my gosh. I will buy
sweatshirt.
one. I will buy one. That is me. Totally. Brain farts are us. You guys know, you've been here all along. My brain is Swiss cheese. I mean, compared to before I got this issue, I can remember everything. But even then, I had problems with names. Hey, girl. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you guys are so fun. I missed you guys this week or last weekend.
And the response, I love it. Sup, babe?
Oh my goodness. You guys.
Oh gosh.
We have such a good community. I love it.
We really do.
Yeah, we really do.
Mhm.
So my son yesterday or we were it wasn't about the loudness that he was talking about. He was trying to talk about mental health. And what it was is, within, I don't know if it's been a whole year yet, that he got diagnosed from being in the Navy and he's gone to therapy. But he thought he was going to tell me how to deal with my mental health. And I have a thought. I don't know where I'm going with this. The community. Oh, okay. So I just left, but what I wanted to say to him was this. You being diagnosed for less than a year, had therapy a couple of times. I'm sorry, but mental health help, I don't know, is not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
It's not a one size fits all. And what I was thinking, and what I will probably say to him at some point, is this community has helped me in that I never thought myself as a dealing with trauma, because it wasn't physical, it was mental.
Mm-hmm.
And this community, just in not even a year, maybe a year, has taught me so much about mental health.
Yeah.
And that's been a big help. Plus, I'm not sure the word I want. And so, we've talked many times that not only are the ex-members dealing with trauma, but a lot of the supporters in the chat have too. That's why we have come together.
Yep.
And that's just what I wanted to say, is that I've learned a lot from this community. It's helped me in a lot of ways. I still have some work to do, but I will
Don't we
talk
all?
to him at some point, because he needs to know that I think he was wanting to help in a certain way, but he really pushes his ideas on people.
Mhm.
And I wanted to tell him, look, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder in 1998.
Mhm.
Been dealing with it for a while.
Yeah.
And so at the time, I was like, I need to go. I went in my bedroom, but we'll talk about it later. I'm going to tell him, look, I get you're trying to help, but um, mental health treatment is not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest thing. And so I've said many, many times that it took this community being in the chat and listening. Nora talked about trauma and generational trauma. I've heard about it quite a bit. For me to actually accept that what I went through as a kid was trauma.
Mhm.
I knew it was abuse. I called it a mental abuse, but I didn't know quite about trauma, honestly, until this community.
Pizza,
So,
that's fantastic.
yeah. And all I hope, and I do know other people have gotten similar help or gotten something similar out of it.
I would never have known about the SGB shots were it
Yeah.
not for this
Yeah.
community.
Exactly. And I'm hoping my husband might benefit from that, even me too. But because Cheryl said even with her fibro, it helped her fibro, which I have.
Mhm.
But my husband has the ridiculous PTSD, and nothing has really worked for him. So yeah, I've learned that too. I mean, even in the chat, or I don't even know I always call y'all supporters.
Mhm.
Uh, we have learned so much, so much.
Yeah.
Watching general YouTube, I probably wouldn't have figured this out.
Yeah.
So, and see, the PTSI is a new thing too. Oh, yeah, I bought a book that is about writing for therapy. I'm into books. Um, but yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely. We family. I know. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch with Sin as much as I should. Things just kind of get away from me in my brain. And here's the thing about when your brain isn't working right. I was already a procrastinator in a lot of ways, but time goes by so fast, you know, and you don't think of something, and the next thing you know, 2-3 months have gone by, because when your days are like me, are a lot of homebound, especially before the protesting, I lived in four walls, and you're kind of less mobile too. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of people that some understand it, some may be learning about it for the first time.
Yep.
So I missed a very important doctor's appointment a week or so ago because I didn't even know what day of the week it was, especially
Mhm.
with my husband working weird hours. So I don't know what my point was to bring that up. Sometimes that happens too. My train of thought just goes, bye.
Yeah.
Um, oh gosh, Cricket, that is awesome. Yeah, everybody has different epiphanies to issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that too. That's okay, Sin. That wasn't why. It was me. Because I was helping Sin, and then I promised something and I forgot. Totally forgot. I tell my kids and my family and anybody, remind me. If I say something, I will forget. I don't know how to deal with
Yeah.
it.
Someone within the last 6 months and I were in a chat, and she's in Ontario. Can I remember her name? No. We were both discussing the
know.
fact that we need to look into the process for applying for Canada Pension Plan, and I can't even remember what the other one is. It's something to do with the same with when you turn 65 thing. Can I remember who it was? No. Have I started? No. Do I want to apologize to whoever it was? Yes.
I know exactly what you mean. I've forgotten people from church that I've known for years. I met somebody in the grocery store one day, and it took me a while to even remember her name. And it wasn't because I don't care. It wasn't because I didn't put forth the effort. It's just my brain, everything is highlighted on here, and I don't know. I can't control it. And I'll promise things. Before I got fibro, I was on everything. I didn't have to write an appointment down.
Yeah.
I could keep a running budget in my head. I read a novel a week. I knew every appointment me and my kids had. And then I get traumatic fibromyalgia overnight. And that is the worst part. I can deal with the pain. I can deal with the rest of it, the fatigue. But losing my brain power was the worst. I now can't even pay attention to a magazine article, let alone a novel. And that's why I wanted to do the fibro and chronic illness straight. And that's still on my mind. I wanted to let the holidays get through before we hit that again. And I'm going to soon. So now that I have the new computer too, which worried me quite a bit. Okay, good. Because I went to some offices to send some information, and then we went around and looked at rental properties, but I hadn't kept up with her as much as I should to know what her decisions were on that. So, and I'm sorry for that. That's just me, honestly, just time going by, and you don't realize how much time has gone by, especially when I don't go out and protest. The last couple of weeks literally flew by. So
this last couple of weeks, I could not track what day of the week we were on to save my life. It's on my watch.
It's on
my phone.
I know. I have a day planner that I paid a lot of money for, Erin Condren. But if you don't look at the day planner, it doesn't help. That's my biggest
I have had to look
flaw.
at my digital calendar umpteen times a day for the last 2 weeks. Just to track what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and have I missed something.
If you can do that, I would recommend. Why can't you keep the same house and move it to property? And there are a few pieces of property out here. We have a lot of mobile home parks in this area. It's especially with the military. So, Sin, we'll talk. We need to talk. We need to just talk. But yeah, so fibro in our brain. I got to keep on the subject. But yeah, I think
Or
You
we'll
know
end up back at toilets.
what? What about
Or we'll
toilets?
end up back at toilets.
Oh, I know.
We'll
I
end up
know.
back
I
with
know.
toilets.
I know. I know. I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I'm glad to meet a David that I like, because I had a couple Davids in my early life. I'm not too happy about. Oh. Okay. Sin, I'm going to tell you something. We're going to talk about it more. My mortgage said the same thing, but as long as you're current, I've moved my house, I live in a mobile home. I've moved it twice without any permission from the mortgage company. Because what are they going to do? Take away your birthday? I mean, as long as you're making the payments, if they take it, they're going to lose money, right? I've moved my house twice without it talking to the mortgage company at all. And I wanted to tell you that before. So my mobile home, we didn't get the double wide. So why we bought a mobile home instead of a house? We were in the Army. There was no place to live here because they sent 6,000 soldiers to Fort Hood. It's Cavazos now, but it was Fort Hood in 6 months from 2 bases because they were closing. And we literally had families living in tents. And we rented a rat hole for a year and a half. And then we bought a mobile home thinking, well, we're going to move because it's the Army. We spend the next 17 years at this post and never move. We could have bought a house. But it was paid off 10 years before a house would be. So there's plus and minuses. Plus, we have 2 lots instead of 1. So we have a double yard so that our kids would have a good, decent yard. And I offered Sin our other lot. The problem is we would have to get sewer and electrical put in brand new and all of that, and cut down a very large tree in the middle of the yard. It just financially, I don't think it was a lot of feasible. But yeah, and so I looked at double wides, and I thank God we didn't get it, because the Army paid for one of our moves because Tom was in Panama, and you're allowed 1 paid move when they go on a hardship tour. A hardship tour in the military is when they go away for 1 year, Panama, Germany, Korea. He's done 2 of those. And you can't take your family. The only way you can take your family is A, get permission, B, go for 2 to 3 years. So, what was my thought about this?
The moving.
So what he did was
Moving
hardship.
your
Okay,
home.
so what he did was hardship tours and then came back here. So we got stuck here for 17 years. I'm like, oh God, I wish I'd have bought a house.
Good night, David.
But
Sleep well.
why they paid for the move? Because they allow 1 move. Because when they do the hardship tour, a lot of spouses want to go back home. They don't want to sit here alone like I did, with nobody, without family. So a lot of people will, for that year, will go home and they'll pay for their travel and their stuff to move and come back. I stayed. So the landlord at the mobile home park we were in lost their shit for no reason. That's a whole big story I'm not even going to go into. He called the sheriffs on my house. Tom was gone, and I had a couple staying with me that was waiting on their electricity to get turned on at their place for the weekend. And this guy sat outside my house stalking me in my house. I'd been there for 3 years because we rented for a year and a half from them, and we bought the house and put it in there for a year and a half. I'm at my bowling league, and I call my friends to say, hey, do we need milk or anything on my way home? No. So then they call me and they said, your landlord just called the cops on us. I'm like, why? He said, I can't have those people in my house that I own. I'm only renting the lot. My house is mine. And there were too many cars in the driveway. He was on I didn't mean to get into this, but I am now. He was in it was in the country. And because it was a well, he could only have so many mobile homes in that trailer park. Okay. So we got 2 lots and we went with ways. I had 2 driveways. I could park 8 cars if I wanted, easily.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 cars in the parking lot. Okay. Theirs and their friend who was hanging out because he was the other guy's ride to PT in the morning. I show up and there's 3 groups of sheriffs. Me, when I show up, my friends, and the landlord. And I'm telling him, like, this is bullcrap. I don't know what this guy's problem is. Found out he was drunk. And next thing I see, he's in handcuffs. I didn't, I'll be honest. Okay. People, because
if he was sitting in his car and drunk in front of your house, that might be the reason.
No, it wasn't, because the driveway was private property. It wasn't a road. It was a trailer park road. That wasn't it.
Okay.
But I had a train of thought there a second ago.
He wound up in handcuffs.
Right. No. What it was is I find out later, I got the police report. He was charged with 5 things. Over there when he was talking to the police, his wife was there. The wife was always in some sort of cast or issue, right? Find out it was abuse, but that wasn't it. So he kept telling his wife to shut the F up and would push her. And the sheriff said, if you do that again, I'm going to arrest you. And he did. Drunk and disorderly, abuse, all this stuff. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. Guys, I know what I was getting at is when we see people on their channels, we see whatever we put on there, okay?
Right.
We found that out recently that sometimes what people put out there isn't real or there's problem. I'm going to be as honest as I can. What you guys see when I'm on is it. What you see is what you get. Yeah. I don't do anything nefarious. One of the reasons I follow the rules, every rule, the military, being around the military for so many years, and then working at a police station for almost 6 years. I'm like the most straight and narrow person you can find. So when this guy did this, I was the best tenant he could ever have. We weren't loud. Our rent was on time, blah, 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 blah. So here's what the underlying factor was. This trailer park was over 17 acres and not that many trailers, which was nice. Our backyard was a pasture. We had a mule and a horse that would come hang out. I will get to your comments in a second. So and then there were times where another friend in the trailer park and I would go shopping or something together. We would literally be driving out past their house, and the woman would I thought this was like satirical when you heard this, but it really happened. She would literally be behind the bush, hiding and watching what we're doing. I'm like, really? You're that nosy? So Tom was in Panama. He got back like the next month. And I'm like, we have to go. And luckily, the Army paid for it. We only moved 8 miles, by the way. 8 miles. It cost $1,100 for a single wide. The point was, a double wide would have cost double that. And that's why we didn't get a double wide. Oh, my gosh. I'm like, why? We were like the best tenants you could ever have. when we would have a part, we had a Halloween party, and I literally 3 different times walked outside my house and walked around to make sure the music wasn't too loud.
Mhm.
Anyway, so that was the point of the mobile home issue. But yeah, so the last time we paid lot rent, 1999, it was $95 or $100 a month. That was 1999. When we bought these 2 lots, we did a short 15-year loan. We were paying as much with the lot rent and the house. We still weren't paying what Sin does. It was like $900 plus $300, $1,200 a month. But that was because we wanted to pay it off at the same time as the house, because we'd had it longer. Oh, my neck.
You're making my neck start.
I know. I watched those shorts where they're cracking people's necks. I'm like, I want to go to that guy.
Mm.
But yeah, I want to go because I've been stuck. Okay, my husband's been in the Army for 21 years. I've had 2 duty stations. That's abnormal. Whenever I tell another military person that, they look at me like I have 3 heads. Like, that's just because when you go on a hardship tour, you go. So he's had 4 duty stations. You go and you come back to where you left from. We did have an option one time to go to Georgia, and we decided to stay here. Oh, is your real name Ron? That's awesome. My brother's name is Ronald. I said that with a really deep butch voice. That's fine, Lily. I do the same thing. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes I'll just listen and not. That's okay, Cricket. Shoot, if I broke the law, I'd get caught, and I don't want to wear county underwear. I know. I'm the same way, too. We see all these people get away with stuff all the time on the news, or we know them. And I'm like, me and my husband are the same way. If we did that, we'd be in jail. Yep. That's just the way life works. So we just stay on the straight and narrow. Like, I haven't even seen pot since I was 19. Because in the military, that's a big deal. You know how many reports I did on methamphetamines? It was ecstasy, actually, with soldiers. Oh, my gosh. Because you get pee tested all the time. And I'm like, you're going to get caught. Oh, I said that already. That's the thing about the military. I'm like, you're not going to get away with it. You're going to get tested, you idiot. And then I had a security clearance. I had to be careful. I guess it's unfair sometimes. That's kind of my life story there. But yeah, we saw a friend of ours. They had a really nice mobile home. And like a year after we met them, they moved to like Mississippi, took their house. Thought it was great. So we're like, that sounds like and then we knew another guy that owned a house that got out of the military, went to another state. He was supposed to be renting it, and it didn't work out, and he had to foreclose. That's what scared us into buying a house. So it's been a good house to us. Tom needs to take better care of it. So my daughter was 2.5 when we bought this house. So they were raised in this house. So it's not this, like, my husband really wanted a real house, but I told him, I said, A, we got this paid off 10 years earlier than a house. And B, you would still need the same repairs right now as if you'd owned a house for 25 years, 26, almost 26 years.
And the one that you're in, you can move it when you want to.
That's not the plan for me. I would rather, we want to get it fixed. It's all,
but at least that's an option.
It is. It always has been an option, because I regret buying in the city limits. I want to move into the RV and just rent the house, because so many people in this area, because military, you have people coming in and out all the time. You know what's difficult? To find a place that'll let you have pets. And because we don't have any carpet, I would allow pets. So I know we would rent this really well. I live in which is illegal. We are on the border of Michigan. I know where you are. We have all kinds of signs here to go to Michigan. It sucks. Really? So, funny story. When I did my family history, most of my family's from Indiana. I don't know what you mean by the smell.
That's weed.
Oh, how did I miss that? Oh. Okay, yeah, it's illegal here too. All they've done here is decriminalize it, but it's because and you may know this too. I have a contract with my pain management clinic, and they test me every couple of months. And if I have anything I'm not supposed to have in there, I'm done. That's a big reason.
I wouldn't have that problem here.
Oh, that's good. I know. My lots are together. They're 55 feet each, so they're 110 wide and something like 120 long. If we hadn't bought that second lot, y'all, literally our porch would be on the lot line, and we would have about 20 feet in the back, which is the problem with the people on either side of me. This street, when we bought, had 16 lots that came up for sale, and I picked the one with the most trees. I am so regretting that now because they cut down and trimmed, and they're falling because they grew too fast. Oh, in Austin, Racine, and another town that doesn't exist anymore. I had to go to another town to the library to get records for the other town. But yeah, most of my family originated in Indiana and then ended up in Ohio. I was telling my grandkids about us, Scooter Mom, how we were on for 7 hours.
Yeah.
What they were excited about was you were from Canada.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Tommy was like, Canada? Because to them, they haven't been anywhere really. So
it's a foreign land. Yeah.
Whoa. So different.
Kim, you have gone international.
I know. That's so cool. Lily Scissorhands. That's a neat name. I love the name.
Only since I started doing the Scooter Report that I realized I actually have a Canadian accent. Had no idea up until then.
Not as heavy as I've heard, but yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, America, a lot of times, depending on where we're from, we think we have no accent, which is funny. I've been in Texas for, give me a second, 99 to 25. 36 years.
26.
26
36.
years.
26. Yeah.
Yes, 26 years. And because I've never had an accent, there isn't one here. You either come with one. I had more of a southern accent in Ohio because we're near Kentucky than I ever did in Texas. Reason being, this area is military and everybody comes from somewhere else. But when I leave this area, and go somewhere else, wow, the accent is heavy. Heavy. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know where Racine is legally. I just know in my genealogy it's where I found it. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And see, one of my dogs was born here too, and she's not socialized enough. Friend on YouTube named me because I told her I was here. Oh, I get it. Scissorhands. Get it. That's awesome. It's unique. 26 years. Okay, because you married Pete in 99. Okay. Oh, that was recently. Yeah. Yeah. I never thought in a million. I've lived here longer than I have in my home state because he went in the army. We weren't supposed to be here this long. He was supposed to be retired by now. But
Yeah.
my son has been dealing with the VA a lot, and he said my husband should have 100%. He went through worse than my son did, and my son is 70 or 80% because of what he went through that caused his PTSD. It's
Mhm.
Without going into detail, I've learned a lot recently. He never told me a lot.
Mhm.
It wasn't that he was in danger. That would not have bothered him. And you've heard this before, Scooter Mom. He worked the gate the last tour that was the hospital. He had to deal with kids, women, civilians, and having to do life-saving measures for a year till the medics get there from the hospital. So I found out from my son recently, my husband didn't even tell me this, it was a little girl
Uh-huh.
that he was trying to save. And my son said, I've never seen Dad cry. He doesn't cry very much. He said his thought was, the last thing this little girl will remember is me hurting her.
Mhm.
And I had a point to this. I don't know what it was. The 100%. Because if he had 100%, he could retire. We
Yeah.
could go full-time RV and everything. He's working because I can't pay the bills and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And the plan was, I had a great job at the police station. Great job. The plan was he would retire and he would go to school for a while. But literally 2 months after he retired, I got sick.
Yeah.
So you plan things and then they don't work out. I'm not trying to bring everybody down. It's just info
No,
for
no.
the most part. Yeah.
It's
I mean,
life.
I think things happen for a reason. I don't try to get too down about things if I can,
Mhm.
if it's possible. But there are days where it does get to me.
Yeah.
But I still think things happen for a reason in a lot of ways. Because, like, being in this house, when we were in this house, when the housing market was bad, and right now, we have a peace of mind because our house is paid off. There's a
Yeah.
big peace of mind about that. And he gets a little bit of retirement and disability. So even if he lost his job, we know we could survive. We wouldn't be homeless. And
Yeah.
that is a big, huge peace of mind.
Yeah.
No, Lily, because Tom makes too much money for me to be able to get disability with his retirement. I don't think his disability counts, but his retirement from the Army and his job, I haven't checked, but I think it hits the criteria of making too much money. Yeah, I hope you can get that VA pension, because when I went to the VA office here on Fort Hood, that's what they talked about. Oh, and see, I would too if Tom passed away. So that was what I was hoping she might be able to get when we were dealing with the VA. You got it in 2 months. Really? That's pretty good. If I were to do it, go for disability, I think even though it cost me money, I would get a disability lawyer, because I heard it's easier because they know how to do the paperwork, even though they take a cut. They say almost everybody that applies for disability in the States gets denied the first time.
Happens here too.
Okay, makes sense. There's two kinds of disability you can get here, okay? There's one where it's about your health, what your disability is, and it's, excuse me, hiccups. Took it 2.5 hours. There they are.
I didn't say anything tonight.
Well, it took me a while. Oh, go away. I'm going back to Lily, what she said. What was I saying?
Lily had a lawyer.
No,
You
I
would
was
get
saying
a
I would
lawyer.
get a lawyer. Okay, I would get a
Mhm.
lawyer. Because you get denied the first time. But my son has been working with the VA this last year. And he said, because Tom has never gone to the VA, the reason being, we kept the TRICARE insurance when he retired, and we pay a premium, and we just go on post. He doesn't even have a VA card after 15 years because he never had a reason to go there. But in order to up his disability, he needs to start getting treatment over there and just have a record. And that's our goal at this point. Because like I said, if he could get 100%, he could quit working, which his body is so broken from the military. He was told by a doctor that somebody that did 20 years in the military, their body is 20 years older than their age. So if they're like 50, he was 41 and retired. His body was like 61.
Can you not sign a waiver to transfer his medical records from the post to the VA?
Oh, yes, that will, because he's got psychiatric help there. And it's all it had to be is documented because it's through the military
Oh,
insurance.
okay.
It's fine.
Gotcha.
But he should go to the VA and at least get a VA card. And what it was is he hasn't gotten psychiatric help in a little while, even in the civilian. We have the same psychiatric office.
Mhm.
Just need to get that started back up again. Because they've tried to give him medication for his nightmares. He's tried to go to the group therapy. He said coming out of the group therapy, he felt like a punk because his issues were not dangerous to him. Whereas
Mhm.
everybody else had been through combat and that kind of thing. So they didn't
So he needs a
understand
group.
what he had been through.
He needs a different group.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Kept TRICARE. Yeah, TRICARE is so cheap, you guys. It's great insurance. And my husband, I wanted him to get out at 10 years. Every time I go to my specialist or go to the doctor or he goes to the doctor, he's like, this is why I stayed in. Because we don't have to worry about medical insurance at all when I go to my specialist.
Mhm.
And even though there were a lot of drawbacks to him being in that long, there's a lot of benefits too.
Mhm.
So we need to talk about something more fun, y'all.
Well, I do need to head out within the next 20 minutes or so.
All right. Okay, so my title is It's a New Year and Much Has Already Happened. I have good news. I already
Yeah.
talked about the good news. I don't want to get down on anything now. So let's say this. What are you all looking forward to in the next year? Is that I keep hitting the computer. Is that a good question or should I rephrase that? Well, I'm looking forward to possibly Tom getting 100% disability. Other than that, life in general is pretty okay. You know what? That's not a good question, is it? My other question was, I thought I might bring up, I was in Post Channel when I came in late and everybody was talking about their first car. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
that's a fun conversation I thought about having. Is what is your first car? What was your first car? Or your first favorite car? Oh, my husband has scoliosis too and went through the military with it. Oh, girl, Lily. And see, I'm thinking Lily's a girl. I hope I'm right. Oh, yeah, you got a girl. Oh, that's bad. That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, my wishes are not happy thoughts. I just want no one person or animal to...
Yeah.
That's a happy thought. That's not a bad thought to have at all. Hoping everybody's okay. Was a Cutlass Supreme? Sin. My husband had the same car in high school. The same car. It was green on green when we were dating. It was so awesome. It was huge. It was huge. Love that car. Gosh, I wish we'd have kept it.
I've never had a car.
Really? You've done public transportation the whole time?
I don't have a driver's license. I never have had.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, my husband brings that up a lot. About the freedom of having a car. When he was in Iraq, he had a interpreter that was Kurdish, and the Kurds are... We stayed in touch with him for a few years after that. He was pretty cool. He could not understand the freedom of our roads to be able to go drive wherever we want and not get shot at. And he couldn't understand how our houses were wooden, because all the houses over there are cement. I mean, this was, and I was like, so my husband tried to explain to him the freedoms that the West have, especially in America, of just driving wherever we want, was so foreign to his ideals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Sin. His was too. It was that green and then the green interior. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lily, my son that lives in San Francisco is coming next month, and my other one just got engaged. And that's so awesome. Oh, that's so much fun. My son's 36. He's hanging out here right now in between school. Oh, that's even better that you can go with her. That is so cool. Yeah, my son's never been married. My daughter married soldiers and in the military. This isn't weird like everywhere else. She got married in just as the peace. They're always in a hurry to get married in the military for two reasons. One, the soldier wants out of the barracks, and they get another $1,100 a month, not realizing that's going to go to rent and utilities. You're not getting extra money, but that's just the way it goes. But that's complete. So I have a wedding dress I still have, and my daughter was supposed to wear it, and I told her she could even alter it because it had the 80 sleeves. But the breast area was something I've never seen before, and I told her she could alter it. She never had an actually what. She was married 2 times at the Just of the Peace. Oh, and my son is, thank God he never got married. He's got a baby mama though. Oh, my second car was a 64 Dynamic 88 called the Blue Book. Oh my gosh. So my first car was pretty awesome. Do you guys know what a Galaxy is from the 60s? If you don't, it had the square taillights and taillights. So it was very boxy. Anyway, my great-grandmother, who was in her 90s, she was the only owner of, it was a Ford Custom 500, which was the same as a Galaxy. And she gave me this car in 1986. But it took me till, 87 to get it, everything done with it. And she was the only owner. This woman at 93 broke her arm. Well, I don't know if she fell or whatever. Drove herself to the emergency room, got it cast up, and drove her butt back home in this car. And in 1986, it was 20 years old. It was 1966. It only had 66,000 miles on it. I regret. So literally a few months after I got it running, it needed a lot more work. And I was young and stupid. And my grandmother's husband said, well, go get a new car. I traded it in on a little compact car and only got $400 for it. Oh my gosh. You could literally fit 6 to 8 people inside, another 6 people in the trunk. It was so weird. I regret that so bad, but I didn't know about classic cars back then.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool, though. I do have a picture of it. It had never been painted in 20 years. I went through the car wash and red came. It was maroon. Red just poured off of it. The paint was like disintegrating. What had happened is, as I was coming out of the car wash, all the hoses to the radiator burst. It was probably not that expensive to fix it, but I didn't know that then. So I said, they got a good deal on a classic car.
Yeah.
Mad about that. Anybody else have a first car or any car that you really like?
Well, I'm kind of partial to the 67 Impala.
My dad had a 69. So did my mom later on in the 80s. Yep.
You totally missed that reference.
Oh, Grease? The reference. I didn't miss it.
Supernatural.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
You're right. I did. That's so cool that when he left, they let him keep it.
Yeah. He had it written into his contract. And the number 3 car went to Jared.
Oh, he did get one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that because
so it's baby and little bro.
Huh?
Baby and little bro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
LIL bro. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm so glad for them.
And Jensen's is apparently already completely restored. I'm not sure if Jared's is or not.
Sin. My dream car was a 69 Mustang Mach 1. I wanted one so bad. When we were living in California, I went and test drove one and found out I was too short to see over the dash of a Mach 1. I know. So we bought what we thought was a 64 Mustang. Now 64 was a special car. They only made them for 6 months of that year. So I thought I was buying a 64 for $2,000 in 1992-ish, maybe. And it was inland California, not coast, so no rust. It was in really good condition. Well, when I looked at the code inside the door, it was actually a 65. No big deal. Literally 2 weeks after I bought it, I was in Monterey or Carmel, and somebody offered me $4,000 at the gas station for it. And I said, nope. I just bought it. It's mine. I've been a Mustang enthusiast for many years. My grandmother had a 66. So, fast forward to living here. It was not running. We didn't know why. We realize now it was probably just fuel lines. It wasn't getting fuel. And it was Christmas. Tom was gone. I sold that thing for $800. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I wish I hadn't done that. But things happen. So in 2007, I bought a 2007 Mustang and I had it a couple years. But I ended up getting sick after that and I had to get rid of it. So I've had, but the fastback, I'm not a big fan. I had a coupe. I had a 65 coupe. I'm not a big fan of what I liked about the 2007 Mustang from 2005 to 2008. It looked like a Mach 1 did. It's a little bigger than a regular Mustang. It has a more big hood. So let me see if I can hold on just a sec. I think I have a picture of me in it. I love that car. I was so sad when it went. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty. Oh! Alright, let me see if I can share this. Present. Share screen. Ooh. Oh, that's not it. Hang on just a second. Where's my Mustang? And even having a Mustang,
I'm not the only one.
Even having a Mustang, I wasn't a speeder. I'm a go the speed limit kind of person. And we would leave work on post and my friends at work would just pass me by and I'm in the right lane doing the speed limit. And they used to laugh at me about it. I'm like, yeah, that's just me. I'm even that way still now. Ooh, here we go. Come on. I know you exist there somewhere. Really? Not seeing it. Where's my car? I don't have very many pictures of it, but I have a few. Oh, come on. Where's the beach? It was before that. Oh, it's not there. How could that not be there? How does that happen? Oh my gosh.
Good night, Sin. Sleep well.
Photos of you. Okay. It's not there. I don't know how that happened. All right. Holy cow, it's almost 1 a.m. I got today. Nightmares need to be. Yeah, I get it. I think we should go. I think everybody's petering out. But thanks for staying. I love talking to you and everybody. It's fun.
Yeah.
I sleep the best that I can until I know. Sin. My husband, I have to wake my husband up a couple times a night sometimes. Well, during the day, but
His night.
Are you getting any therapy yet? Sin? Hey, Lily. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Next time I want to come to the party. Hey, if you're feeling like going to the org, let me know. I'll come pick you up. Give me a text if you're. Next time I go, if you're say you're interested, I'll text you and let you know I'm going. She's literally on the way there.
Yeah.
I don't have to go very far off the main track. Not yet. Trying to find a side that takes TRICARE. Yeah, we have a lot up here, but I can see down there maybe not finding too many people. It would be a long drive. Yeah, that's the thing about Texas. Have you seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Scooter Mom?
I don't think so.
George Clooney. Oh my gosh, watch it. It's hilarious. It is so
Okay.
good. It's period like 19 early 1900s maybe. And oh my gosh. Anyway, in there, George Clooney says he's trying to get something. He's like, it'll take 2 weeks. And it'll take 2 weeks. He goes, well, you're just a geographical oddity. 2 weeks from everything. Well, I'm a geographical oddity. I'm 3 hours from everything. I'm 3 hours from San Antonio, 3 hours from Houston, and 3 hours from Dallas. I'm in the middle of everything. 1910. Yeah, sounds right. It was a funny movie. And the soundtrack is super good. There's some singing in it. If you have a chance, watch that movie. It is, oh my gosh, so funny. So funny.
Okay.
The song we had at my dad's funeral. Did you really? Oh, in the spring when it gets warmer? Yeah, I understand. I get it. Well, I can't whine anymore, Sin, about going and protesting at a cold weather because Scooter Mom did it in 20 degrees, 25, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, now I can't complain. Man of Constant Sorrow was a hit. And if you're wondering when you watch it, I was wondering if George Clooney sang that song for real. He didn't. It was actually a really popular or well-known bluegrass dude that did the song for him. But let's see if I can remember it. I am a man of constant sorrow. And oh God, I can't remember it. I used to know it. They played it at his mother's funeral when he was a child. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just that part alone was George Clooney was hilarious. Just hilarious. My computer. He's about his hair. That's not the one.
Yeah, I like George Clooney.
Yeah.
Not as much as I like you know who, but I like George Clooney.
Oh yeah. Yeah, George Clooney didn't even sing his own song, but you can see why when you watch it. If you have a chance, definitely watch that movie. I've watched it a few times. It's funny in a way if you get the humor in it. Like I said, it's a period movie, but oh my God, George Clooney. All right, I gotta go. You do too, and you guys do too. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, good night. Thanks for the chat.
Good night, y'all. I had so much fun. Tomorrow's Dianetics. If you want to come, be bored, lose your mind.
I will probably not be there. I have my ketamine treatment tomorrow.
Yes, I'll fly away. I like that song. Yep, me too. I need to go too. Night, Lily.
Okay. Night.
Night, y'all. Good night.